Hello everyone and welcome back to my anime journal, and today we will be starting out with Magia record Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica Gaiden, and this is it's a spin-off of Madoka Pelo Magi. And so yeah, it's based on the gacha game, which I mean, adapting an anime from a gacha game isn't always the best idea, but it was fine. The main girl, Iroha, she's very cute. Has like these nice tall boots. It's very pretty. And still has like pink hair, just like Madoka. Madoka is in it, but as like a side character rather than the main character. Also the other girl, Yachio, kind of forgettable. She's an adult though. That's cool. Like in form as well. Not like an adult like Homura, who is technically an adult but is still the body of a 14-year-old. Homura is kind of weird in terms of age because like her mental age is so much higher than her physical age. But yeah, I mean she's pretty. The girls are nice looking in the anime, but in terms of the actual story, it was kind of bland. I've consumed like a lot of Madoka spin-offs now. And so like out of all of them, this spin-off just was kind of run of the mill. Like there was a lot better of them. Because say things like Kazuna Magica and was it Suzune Magica? Was it Kazumi Magica? Yeah, that one's Suzune Magica I actually really liked. I don't know if I'll ever make a podcast about talking about the manga I've read. I might. That might be a thing. There's no demand for it though. Oriko Magica. And then there was like Tarte, that was actually Jeanne d'Arc. So it's like way prequel. Like it takes place like 600 years or something before Madoka. So yeah, that's interesting in terms of the chronology of Madoka. But yeah, this one, Magia record, it was just kind of mid average. It just wasn't very amazing. Like it wasn't bad, but out of all the Madoka spin-offs, it wasn't particularly interesting. And so I mean, if you liked Madoka and you want more of it, it might be fun. Ah man, there's also that other Madoka spin-off that's supposed to come out. What was it? The concept movie, like the Princess Tutu one. There's supposed to be a Princess Tutu Madoka anime. Well, Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica concept movie. Like, is this gonna be it says it's the core of a new Madoka project. Like, we're supposed to get the Princess Tutu. But we haven't got it yet. That like concept movie or back in 2015. Oh well. Hopefully it'll come out sometime. After that, I watched ReZero, the second season, or the first part of the second season. Or no, this was this is just an OVA. The second one. It was okay. I don't know. It's more ReZero. I didn't really like it. Never really liked ReZero. After that, I watched Sayonara Goko, some music video. I liked it though. Oh, it's from the Dororo OP or something. Yeah, but it was a good music video. After that, I watched Uchi Tama. Uchi no Tama Shiri Masenka. And this is kind of an interesting anime. Now one interesting part of this is just the history behind this franchise, because like this aired early last year, and it shows spin-off Tama and Friends, and this aired 2016. Okay, well, so it's a little bit ago. I had never heard of it before, but okay, sure, that's fine. And then we have Tama and Friends back in 1988. So this is where the franchise actually started from, and yeah, that's a bit old. And they're clearly not Nekomimi at that point. They are still just cats and dogs. Well, cats and dogs in the 2016 one as well. But in the 2021, they're still canonically cats and dogs. But whenever there aren't any humans around, then they look like humans. Which is an interesting thing. So they all kind of just look like people with cat ears and dog ears and stuff like that. And they're all cute. Like the boys are cute too. Yeah, the girls are very cute. And yeah, it's a fun little anime. Like, oh, not really that little. It's a normal core. 12 episodes, full length. But yeah, they're very cute characters, and their hairstyles are kind of meant to imitate the actual fur of the breeds of cats and dogs that they're based after. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's a fun anime. It's cute. They just kind of do their own cat and dog kind of things, and there's like some mild romance in it. Yeah, it's fun. If you like cat girls and dog girls and cat boys and there's actually more cat boys than cat girls. There's a lot of cat boys. If you're into cat boys, then this would be a good choice. Yeah. Or dog boys. Yeah, because there's cat boys and dog boys. I can't remember what the kind of mix was. I mean, cat boys and dog boys just aren't very common. So yeah, there's cat girls and dog girls as well. Yeah, it's a fun show. And the fact that they are actual animals. It's not like Nekopara where they're physically human, but and are forced to do human things, even though they only have the rights of cats. That was kind of bad. They're just cats and dogs, and so they act like cats and dogs. They are treated like cats and dogs. They're not expected to do hard manual labor. They just kind of do cat and dog kind of things. It would actually be interesting to see an anime more about like work dogs, but they're actually but they like take human form sometimes. That would be kind of fun. Like there's things like like the canine force where dogs have really good smell, and so they're used for things like security and police and military, as well as sniffing out truffles, the mushrooms. So it would be interesting seeing an anime about that. But this isn't what that is. This is just pets. But yeah, they're cute. After that, I watched Oshi ga Budoukan Ittekuretara Shinu. Or if my favorite pop idol made it to the Budoukan, I would die. And it does list as shoujo, which I do appreciate it. Like, I mean, the main girl. So it's an idol anime, but none of the idols are actually the protagonist. Um, it's the protagonist is actually an idol fan, or a Wota, as they refer to themselves, and so she's like obsessed with this idol. Was it Mina? Um, yeah, Mina. Yeah, that was totally the girl. And so she's obsessed with her. Um, oh yeah, Ellie Pio is the main character, and she's obsessed with Mina, and Mina is not the most popular girl in her idol group. Like the idol group itself is fairly popular, but because there's like 7 members or something, like they kind of all have varying degrees of popularity, and so Mina is kind of one of the least popular of the group. And so when she goes to their concerts and stuff, and they do like the signings and stuff like that, she usually has the shortest lineups, and so she gets to kind of spend a disproportionate amount of time with her idol than she would if her idol was more popular. And what's kind of funny is, yeah, like the sort of thing of that she wants her idol to be more popular, but also she believes that that Mina has fans who just don't come to the concerts, that they like just watch her online and stuff, but never make it to the concerts. And it's never proven in the anime if that's true or not. Like, I would think it would be, just because of, like, idols do have a lot of fans, so like she might be right. Might be other fans that just aren't coming to the concerts, but I don't know. And yeah, in terms of the ones who do come to the concerts, it's really just her. There's really not really any other fans of Mina. There's other people who might want to collect her signature just for like completionism's sake. That there's like all the girls there, and they would want signatures from all of the girls of their favorite idol group, even the ones they're not the biggest fans of. But yeah, like it really is. It's mostly just the two of them, but even though like what was it Elipio, that she clearly has like this sort of one-way lesbian relationship with Mina, and Mina doesn't really like her back the same way. She is just, she's an idol. It's not like she's interested in having a lesbian relationship with one of her fans. And like idols aren't really allowed to date anyway. Like they have that thing of like for everyone. Although if she doesn't really have any other fans, it's not like she's taking her away from other people. But if she did have like male fans, I feel like it. Like I'm not sure. Like I can't really think from the perspective of a male idol fan in Japan because they're really weird. But I feel like they wouldn't mind as much for an idol to have a girlfriend as they would just for her to have a boyfriend. But yeah, it's a really unique anime. Like there's so many idol anime out there, and they're usually kind of all the same. It's sort of just there's either the group was already started before the show started, and you just kind of see them do their idol things, and nothing really matters. Or the idol group hadn't started beforehand, and the idols want to get famous for some reason. Either just for fun, or because it's a career choice. Although it's not usually very long-lasted career choice, but it is a way to make money. Or also, it can just be that sometimes just the popularity of an idol group can save something else. Like in Love Live or in Zombieland Saga, where they use their popularity to bring popularity to something else that they have associated themselves with. And so that's kind of just how idol anime usually are. And so this one's quite different because it's this relationship that they're focusing on, and it's not actually the idols themselves who are the main characters. So that's very unique. If you liked other idol anime, I would recommend it just because it's such an interesting take. If you if you don't like idol anime, it still could be an interesting one to watch just because it is so different than normal. Yeah, it's a cool idol anime. Okay, and the next anime I watched is Moyashimon, and this was another very interesting anime. I was actually recommended it as being an anime about brewing, which it actually is. We've seen a couple anime about drinking, like there's Grand Blue, there's Bartender. There's the Osake one, Love is Like a Cocktail, and there isn't. I hadn't seen any anime about brewing before this one, and this one it is at least somewhat about brewing. It's about fermentation and that kind of stuff, and the main character, his ability is to be able to see microbes, and so that's like how he's able to be such a good fermenter and stuff like that. His dad is a sake brewer, and yeah, it's he sees all of these microbes as if they were big. And also it's set in college, so he's like going into brewing because his dad is a brewer. Makes sense that he would take up that family line, and yeah, he's able to see all these things and is able to get them out of tough situations and stuff just by seeing these things. But it's also sometimes makes things harder for him when people find out that he's able to see this. Yeah, it's a really cool and unique anime. We don't see this very often. It's a really neat anime. So yeah, if you like those kinds of things, I would definitely recommend it. Like, it's a very sciencey kind of anime. It's obviously still fantasy, the fact that he can't see them, because that's not a thing that you could see in real life. But it does still remind me of because I do like learning about things, and so there's certain things you can learn just from watching the anime, or even just get interested in, oh, I didn't know about this thing, and then you can research it later. So yeah, it's a really cool anime. I would recommend it. After that, I watched Fresh Precure. Isn't so fresh anymore. It's from a couple decades ago now. It's from 2009. At the time it was fresh. But yeah, Fresh Precure. Yeah. I did like the opening song. It was nice. They did a remix of the first opening song as the second opening song, which was different. Don't usually see that happen. Usually they just make a whole new song, but they did a remix instead. Yeah, the girls are pretty. The art style is, but overall it's kind of just average for Precure. Like, it wasn't particularly interesting. Sort of on par with, like, what was it? The Kila Kila and the other one, Mahotsukai. it's kind of along those lines. It's decent, but it's not amazing. Kind of just more Precure. Uh, I wouldn't really encourage you to watch it unless you're just going for Precure completionism, because there's a lot better Precures to watch if you want to watch Precures. Like there's Hug Toe and Smile. Those are my two favorites. Haven't seen what was it, the other one, the one that people seem to talk about the most. What the hell was it even called? Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, it's decent, but it's not amazing. After that, I watched Tsuritama, which again, this was a really unique anime. Um, yeah, Tsuritama is about fishing, actually. Um, and there's also this guy. So the main character is Yuki, and then there's also Haru, who claims to be an alien, but then acts more like a Chunibyo. Like he actually is an alien, but he just doesn't act like one. He kind of he's really Chunibyo about it. Like he kind of like says like, oh yeah, well as an alien I would do this, and oh yeah, well this is because I'm an alien, and oh if you want to see like the alien way of fishing, this is how I would do it. And he just always says these things of, well, as an alien, even though he looks completely human. Like he doesn't look at all like an alien. You know, he speaks fluent Japanese, and so you think, is he really an alien? Like, or is he just a Chunibyo who thinks he's an alien? And like he seems more like he would just be a Chunibyo, but he actually is an alien, which is kind of surprising, because yeah, he doesn't really seem like he would be one. Um, Another main character is Akira, who is a literal alien, like in terms of alien, not like an outer space alien, but an immigrant. He's an Indian, and yeah, there's this whole team of Indians who are trying to defeat the aliens, and he's like, yeah, very much an Indian. He's also 25, and he goes into their school as a high school student. And it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. He is a 25-year-old Indian, but he just treat him like he's another high school student. I was like, how do you treat a 25-year-old Indian as just being, oh yeah, just treat him like anyone else. Because he's clearly does not belong there. But yeah, he's he's a lot older than the rest of them, and yeah, but and he also has a pet duck, and the reason why he has a pet duck is just because he oh yeah, Tapioca is his pet duck, but he belongs to this team called Duck, and Duck is in charge of getting rid of the aliens. But yeah, again, it's a weird plot. But yeah, weird plot as it is, it's actually a really good anime, and it's about fishing and stuff, which you don't really see very often, and yeah, it's a cool anime in general. Yeah, very unique. If you like fishing, if you like aliens, yeah, there's not really any anime I could say I recommend it because it's similar, because it's not really similar to other anime. Yeah, if you liked anything I said about it, it's a cool anime. I would recommend it. Not to everyone though. It's not like a general recommendation. It's just if you think it sounds cool. After that I watched Haruchika. This it's like about music and stuff, I think. Yeah. It's also about eyes. I don't know why they decided to design the eyes so like intense. Like the irises of the eyes are just so high definition, like to a ridiculous extent. Um, and I don't know why. Like they look pretty, but it seems like they just put too much effort into it. Because they didn't really put any effort into anything else. Like, it's a boring anime. But, like, and it seems like they could have just, like, spent their resources on, something other than just the eyes. Because it's not like you watch anime for eyes. You watch anime for, like, plot and characters and, things like that. But if you do watch anime for eyes, then this is an anime to watch. But yeah, it's mediocre. not not a bad thing that I watched it. I don't feel like I regret having seen it, but it just wasn't very interesting. Yeah. After that, I watched Arte. I think it wasn't really just pronounced as art. Whatever. I'll just call it art. I can't remember how they wanted us to pronounce it. Yeah, art is an anime about a girl who is discriminated against because of being a girl. And back in her day, a long time ago, women were not considered to be able to do art. They were almost sort of like get in the kitchen, do my laundry, that kind of thing. And yeah, so she was kind of considered to be like sort of butch, I guess, for being wanting to do an actual job. And in fact, like as an artist, like you actually have to start out as an apprentice. Like you can't just start out. Well, I mean, no one's gonna buy your art if you're just making it freelance. So you apprentice under someone who's already an established artist. But if you're a woman, then it's hard to find someone who's willing to take you on as an apprentice because, well, you're a woman. And a lot of the kind of art stuff, like it's a lot of, carrying over like heavy materials and stuff, and like women just aren't as good at carrying heavy materials around. Not as a discriminatory thing, and it's just a fact. And that doesn't mean that women aren't as good as artists. Like there's plenty of good female artists out there, but in terms of apprenticing, it's harder to do that kind of work as a woman, and you can't really become an artist if you've never apprenticed as one. And so it just means that you end up with very few female artists, since no one's going to buy your art if you're just a freelancer. But then like this, she does manage to get an apprenticeship under this artist, and even he is discriminated against for doing that. They really don't like female artists in this time period. And so yeah, it's a really cool anime. It is like kind of like, OG feminism kind of stuff, where like it's, back when feminism actually was required for life. Like that if you were a woman, you were kind of considered to be a lower life form back then. You're not anymore. Like I think there's still like a little bit of a wage gap, but most of it is just that men are more likely to ask their employer for a raise than women are. Like that's where the wage gap mostly comes from now, which is kind of ridiculous and weird, but apparently that's really the fact. But also employers are less likely to give raises to female employees if provided neither of them is asking. But yeah, it's a cool anime. If you like OG feminism, I would recommend it. If you're not a fan of that, maybe not. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next time, and goodbye.